The city lights flickered through the blinds, casting stripes across Alex's cluttered desk. It was 2:47 a.m., and once again, he was staring blankly at his laptop screen. Notifications piled up, emails went unanswered, deadlines loomed, and yet he couldn't move. Alex wasn't lazy, he was stuck, burned out, exhausted. Just a year ago, he had been unstoppable. The first to arrive at work, the last to leave, praised for every idea he pitched. He had ambition, drive, passion, but somewhere along the line, it had slipped away. Tonight, the thought crept in, maybe I'm just not cut out for this. That's where the story begins, not at the peak, but at the low. Alex worked as a UX designer at a buzzing startup. Success wasn't optional, it was survival. One morning, after yet another night of staring at his screen without progress, his manager Lila left a small note on his desk. Read this. It might change the way you work. Under the note was a book, Sustaining Greatness, The Inner Game. Alex rolled his eyes. Another self-help gimmick? Lila caught it. It's not about working harder, she said softly. It's about working smarter, without losing yourself in the process. That night, when the apartment was quiet and his brain refused to rest, Alex flipped the book open. One line hit him. Peak performance isn't about working endlessly. It's about sustaining energy and focus over time. Energy over effort, he whispered. It sounded too simple to be true, but somehow it resonated. The next morning, instead of diving headfirst into work, Alex did something radical. He sat still for 10 minutes without phone, laptop, or distraction. It was awkward at first. Thoughts kept pulling him back to deadlines. But gradually a calm emerged. He decided to try a new approach. Focus on rhythm, not speed. Progress, not perfection. He stopped comparing himself to his coworkers. He took breaks, journaled his thoughts, and noticed how stress affected his mood and productivity. Slowly, clarity returned. But old habits die hard. Within weeks, another tight deadline appeared. Fear whispered, "You're behind. You'll fail." He almost gave up. One rainy evening, the company hosted a workshop by Dr. Sophie Grant, a performance psychologist. Alex attended on a whim. Sophie didn't lecture. She spoke like she was sharing a secret. Motivation fades, she said. What sustains peak performance is mindset, the belief you carry when no one is watching. On the board she wrote, clarity, consistency, compassion. Clarity gives direction, consistency builds strength, compassion keeps you human. Alex realized he'd been chasing intensity, not consistency. He pushed himself to exhaustion, mistaking it for effort. But Sophie's words reframed everything. Later, he asked her privately, "How do you keep believing when results don't match your effort?" Sophie smiled. "Stop measuring yourself by results. Measure yourself by resilience. You won't avoid falling, but you can learn to rise faster each time." For the first time in months, Alex felt capable. Over the next weeks, Alex rebuilt himself. He woke early, not to rush, but to reflect. He replaced criticism with observation. I'm not failing, I'm learning. When the team faced a major redesign project, he volunteered to lead. Fear still whispered, but he didn't run. He experimented with energy cycles. Focus for 90 minutes, break, reflect, repeat. The team was skeptical. "You really think we can finish without all-nighters?" Someone laughed. But day by day, the approach worked. The project came together more creative, precise, and faster than ever. The client called it a perfect balance between vision and execution. Alex smiled quietly. This wasn't luck. This was mindset. Then came the challenge no one could predict. 2 days before launch, a critical bug appeared, and it was in Alex's module. Panic surged. He sat alone, the blinking cursor mocking him. Months ago, he would have shut down, yelled, quit. But now he remembered Sophie. Measure yourself by resilience. He stepped outside into the cold night air. The city lights were bright. Life continued around him. And suddenly, he felt small, but not powerless. This moment doesn't define me. My response does. Back at his desk, he started again, methodically, calmly. He fixed the bug before sunrise. When the team arrived, groggy and anxious, Alex said simply, "It's done." They stared, amazed. Alex smiled. He knew better. It wasn't a miracle. It was mindset. Weeks later, the company won an innovation award. At the ceremony, Lila asked Alex to speak. He took the stage, lights bright, and said, "I used to think peak performance was about never slowing down. I've learned it's about never burning out. You don't get to the top by running faster than everyone else. You get there because you built the mindset to keep going when others collapse." He paused, looking at the crowd. Peak performance isn't a moment of brilliance. It's consistency, balance, the courage to rest, the humility to learn, and the strength to rise again. The applause was loud, but inside, Alex felt quiet peace. Months later, Alex mentored a new intern, Liam, bright, eager, already overwhelmed. "Sir," Liam said, "I'm scared I'll burn out before I even start." Alex handed him the same book Lila had given him. "Start here. Discipline gets you to the door. Mindset keeps you walking through it." Watching Liam leave, Alex looked at his reflection in the window. The man staring back wasn't the overworked perfectionist he once was. He was steady, focused, free. Every night before logging off, Alex wrote one line in his journal. "Today, I didn't chase perfection, I practiced balance." And slowly, that act became his identity, because he finally understood peak performance isn't a sprint of passion. It's a marathon of purpose, and the only mindset that sustains it knows when to push, when to pause, and when to breathe.